Mr. Carstens, thank you for this interview. Peru is the first Latin American country to host the annual meetings in almost 50 years. What does this mean for the region?
Well, it's a big recognition for the region. It's a big recognition for Peru. In the last 50 years, the region has gone through a difficult time where more than once the IMF has been present in many of the stabilization programs, sometimes pursuing policies that are not necessarily popular. And the fact that the country has digested the issue and has recognized the positive contribution of the fund is a very important development, both for the region and the fund. So the fact that a country in this region welcomes the fund and welcomes the IMF annual meetings is a great achievement.
As chairman of the IMF's Policy Steering Committee, the IMFC, what are some of the main takeaways for you from these discussions?
As is widely recognized, we're still in a transition. We're still growing out of the very difficult situation we entered when the global financial crisis erupted in 2008. Many countries have made very important progresses. Others have encountered new challenges, many of them as a consequence of some of the measures taken by advanced economies. In general, the tone of the discussion was that we must persist in pursuing strong policies to achieve higher world growth with stability.
Risks seem to have rotated to emerging markets. We have seen capital flowing out from these countries. What do these economies need to do?
As I said to some staff members, I don't like the word rotation. Rotation means that only we can have either advanced economies progressing or emerging markets progressing. I think that what has happened is that some risks have shifted to emerging markets. Emerging markets need to strengthen their policies. They need to undertake structural reforms to enhance growth and to become less vulnerable to some external shocks like the decrease in commodity prices. It's important to say that they are not in a critical circumstance, but at the same time they cannot be complacent.
We've heard of the need for a policy upgrade for all countries. What exactly does this involve?
Well, it involves each country working into the main issues that is hindering economic growth. It has been disappointing that we still are with a very low world growth at this stage. This low growth is affecting the well-being of the population. This low growth is limiting the capacity of countries to improve education, health, many other important social needs. Therefore, we need to speed up the process of coming out of the crisis or the crisis mode. And we need to go back to rates of growth that we had before the crisis because this growth is certainly not sufficient, in particular to provide employment to young people.
Mr. Carstens, thank you for this interview.
Thank you very much.